Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In the last video, we have discussed few DAX functions which are usually repeated in PL300 certification exams. Today, in continuation to the same video, I will be sharing some more DAX functions that you should practice a lot, as there is a high chance that you might see questions around them in your next PL300 certification exam this year. So without further ado, let's get started. So in this example, let's start with the first DAX function, which is useRelationship function. So in useRelationship DAX function, the formula is usually useRelationship, open brackets, column name 1, comma, column name 2. So this DAX function usually does not return any value. The function only enables the indicated relationship for the duration of calculation. So let me give you an example. Here in this example, we have a coffee sales table with coffee product ID, sales amount, shipping date, packaging date, order date, and sales amount column, and another table with date, which is known as date time table with a date column. So here we will show you in this example to how to override the default active relationship between coffee sales and date time tables. The default relationship usually exists between the order date column in the coffee sales table and the date column in the date time table. To calculate the sum of coffee sales and allow slicing by shipping date instead of usually the packaging date, we need to create a measure which is coffee sales by shipping date using the following DAX function, which is calculate sum of coffee sales amount, comma, use relationship, coffee sales, shipping date, comma, date time date. So in this way, we will be able to create a relationship between coffee sales shipment date and date time date, right? Usually this coffee sales shipment date and date time date usually must exist and should not be the active relationship. Also, the relationship between coffee sales packaging date and date time date should exist and should be the active relationship. Now let's move on to the next DAX function, which is concatenate. So concatenate DAX function is written as concatenate text1 comma text 2. The concatenate DAX function usually joins the two text strings into one text string, and the joint items can be text, numbers, or Boolean values represented as text, or the combination of these items. You can also use a reference column if the column contains appropriate values. Now let me give you an example. Here in this example, we are using concatenate open brackets products, product abbreviation, comma, products, product number. And this is the example of that table. Here you have product, which is mountain bike. You have product abbreviation as MTN and product number as 40. So the concatenate function created a new column with MTN 40, and so it joined the MTN and 40 as number, and it called created a new string which is MTN 40. So that's how the concatenate DAX function works. Now let's move on to the next DAX function, which is parallel period. So parallel period DAX function is written as parallel periods open brackets dates, comma, number of intervals, comma, interval, right? Usually it returns a table that contains a column of dates that represents a parallel period to the dates in the specified date column in the current context, where the dates shifted a number of intervals either forward in time or backward in time. So let me give you an example. Here the example says calculate open brackets sum open brackets internet sales underscore USD sales amount underscore USD, comma, parallel period, date time, date key, comma, -1 year. This example is a formula which creates a measure that calculates the previous year sales for internet sales, right? Because as per the formula, it is finding out the internet sales from the internet sales table with the sales amount in USD using the formula with parallel period as the DAX function and date time -1 comma year. So it is going to the previous year in the same date time format and giving you the sales amount. Now let's move on to the next DAX function, which is same period last year. So same period last year DAX function is written as same period last year, open brackets, dates, close brackets. It usually returns a single column table of date values. Let me give an example as to how this DAX function should be used. This sample formula creates a measure that calculates the previous year sales of reseller sales. So the formula is written as calculate open bracket sum open bracket reseller sales underscore USD sales amount USD comma same period last year date time date key. So here what this DAX function is doing is creating a new column where it's calculating the sum of reseller sales amount column in the same period last year, which and it is using the same date time table and date key as the format. All right.
So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you were able to study and understand these DAX functions for your upcoming PL300 certification exam. I will make sure the links to the Microsoft Learn website for these DAX functions are available in the description section below for this video. Finally, as I always say, wish you best of luck for your PL300 certification exam. I hope you like these videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, please like and share our videos to show your support. Have a great day ahead, and until next time, take care and bye bye.